Well, good evening and welcome to Sea Fishing with CJ on the beach. It's pretty unpleasant, I have to say. It wasn't how I anticipated it was going to be when I packed all my gear on the car and came down here. But as soon as I got here, it started to drizzle, then it started to rain and the wind picked up. And it was touch and go whether I was going to stay or whether I was going to pack up and go. But I took a gamble. I rushed home, got the beach shelter, took the dog home because he wasn't happy at all, and here I am on the beach. So, hi guys. Live chat. There we go, live chat. I want to learn more. Hey, Richard Jarvis. How you doing, buddy? You've heard from me for a little while. Or maybe I have. I've seen you putting stuff up on my Facebook page. How's things for you? I'm fine. I was a bit rough during the week. I think we've got over it. Wasn't COVID or anything like that. I just think I had a bit of a bug. But yeah, I'm back on it now. Back on the beach. Went out on the boat yesterday. That wasn't a particularly special day, but yeah, it's kind of that time of the year for fishing, isn't it? It's not quite winter fish time and it's not quite the end of the summer fish time. So there were a few mackerel around yesterday. They were a bit sparse, but all we caught really was dogfish. We got one little thornback and one little tiny smoothhound yesterday. I'm editing the video as we speak. Well, in the middle of edit at home and it'll come out later. Yeah. But yeah, on the beach, and as I say, the weather is not great. It's hard to say if you've got a bite or not because the rod tip's bouncing around so much. Thought I'd do a short live just to prove I'm still alive, still above the sod, as they say. Got a cup of tea somewhere, isn't it? It looks a little bit windy, mate. Trust me, it is. Luckily, I'm tucked into my beach shelter and it's I'm out of the wind now. But it is fluttering and flapping a bit. I mean, I went home, got my beach shirt, I came down, put it up, and as soon as I put my beach shirt up, it stopped raining. Would you believe? Watching my rod tips here, they're going up and down like a good one, but I don't think it's a bite. I think it's just a bit of weed or something on the line. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to know when I get a bite, unless it's a real good one. I mean, I think we're all hoping and praying. Sorry, Sammy Hollis, how you doing? We're all hoping and praying that the cod show up this year. They didn't really show up in any great numbers last year. But we were catching a few during the spring on the wrecks, so they're around. And it was an unusual summer. We had a late showing of mackerel, but when they showed, boy did they show up in numbers. Thank you very much, Richard, for that kind words. Hi, Sammy Hollis. I don't know who else is here. Richard Jarvis, Steve Hill. Oh, sorry. Yeah, we do get Dover sole here. I mean, where I'm fishing now used to be a really good sole mark, but I've caught one this year. It was a nice size one. It was a couple of pound, a little pound and a half, by recollection. But yeah, we do get Dover soles here. I don't know if we get them now. It's a little bit earlier in the year we get them, but I'm trying to fish the same mark and just see how many species I can catch from this one mark. And I'm up there. I think the last time I counted, I think I got 13 species here, but I'll have to sit down and work it out again. Maybe it's not quite as many as that, 11 maybe. But the fish that's eluded me here for a number of years is cod. So this year I think it's going to be the target, is we're going to try and get a cod on the beach, which is kind of what I'm fishing for tonight. I mean, it's blown up, the water's really coloured, it is coddy weather, you know, so we should see some. They're here. Yeah, it is a wild night, you're right. Honestly, if I knew it was going to be like this, I would have stayed in and watched the Strictly results, to be quite honest. But once I got down here, I thought, well, I'm here now, so I'm going to stick with it. And so I'm sticking with it. I'm going to fish. I'm fishing tied down to the bottom, and then the first couple of hours of the flood. And then when the waves start getting near to me and it's time to pack up, I'm going to pack up. I'm not going to move. Indonesia fishing tails. Hello. No, sorry, not Indonesia. Northern Ireland Donegal fishing. Hello, buddy. How you going? I need to get specs. I thought I said Indonesia. I was going to start practicing my Malay. What's the weather like in Northern Ireland? It's pretty horrible here. Funnily enough, we went out on a boat yesterday, and the marine forecast had strong wind warnings for the whole of the United Kingdom, apart from here. Just one little bit, this area, White to Dover, was light winds, but forecast for the wind to pick up at about 3 o'clock. Well, at 2:30, I no joke, I've never seen the wind do this. It went from no wind to loads of wind, almost like throwing a switch. It was really bizarre. It was literally, oh, there's the wind, blimey, there is the wind. So we packed up and shot in quickly. But it was, I've never seen the wind pick up as fast as that. You know, other than maybe near a thunderstorm or a squall or something like that, but there was nothing like that going on. Yeah, the sea went from being mirror calm to choppy as what? Well, I was going to do a YouTube channel episode tonight, but honestly, unless I start catching some fish, there's no point. I've done the introduction and everything like that, but yeah. Underneath it. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, well, that's what I'm hoping for, cod, but they've been very sparse here in the last couple of years. Ones and twos getting caught off the beach, none by me. I've been getting them out on a boat. There was one particular wreck that had some cod on this year, but I think the word went out, because every time we went out to it, there'd be half a dozen boats on it. But we managed to get a few off it before it got overfished. I'm going to have to check these rods, because I'm getting lots of knocks and twitches, which are probably the waves, but they could also be a fish. And I've got to check the baits. So I'm going to do that. If you want to chat amongst yourselves, I'll leave it running. But I will be sorting out the rods for a little while. So if I turn this around, I don't know if you're going to see anything. I'll turn the light around as well. There. be back in a minute. Or two. go, I'm back. Hey Brinton, how you doing mate? Stephen Forster, no luck, no. Valerie, hello Val. Oh. Hey Brinton, how you doing buddy? Yeah, please share and like my channel. Valerie, how you doing? Yeah, oh, it's starting to rain again. Yeah, I don't like it windy very much. Christoph, dzień dobry. No, it ain't gone from Devon to Ireland, mate. It's come here. It is ushing it down again. We had a lovely day yesterday and a lovely day today, really. But yeah, I think I've gone back through them all. Simon Logan, photography, hello. Mate, it is a wild night out there, I have to say. I am a bit of a fair weather angler. This is completely out of character with me to be out here. I thought, looking at the forecast, it wasn't going to be like this. I actually came down here this afternoon and had ice cream down here. It's lovely. A bit breezy, but it was pleasant. It was warm and it was dry. But it's changed now, to say the least. Poor old Billy Bob, he was down here for a while with me, but he was not a happy dog, so I took him home. So he's probably on the sofa with his mum now. Right guys and gals, a big favour. I'm literally less than 50 away from the big 3,000 subscribers for my YouTube channel, so if you can get me anybody to subscribe, I'd be very grateful to you. It's been a little bit slow just of late, probably because I've not been putting that many things out, although I've got a small boats teach video that's just out. There's a beach video coming out on Monday, and I'll have a boat video from yesterday's boat trip out very shortly, so I'm getting the videos back out again, but it's finding the time to do it all, to be honest. I was going to do a video tonight, but I honestly don't, unless I start catching fish. It's not going to be a particularly enjoyable video watching me sitting freezing my nuts off inside a beach shelter, so that's why I'm doing a live. Cheers, Val. Charlie Grove. I'm opposite the old tea kiosk, Stratford Court, where I'm fishing. It's where I normally fish, somewhere near there. Only because I've set myself a little bit of a challenge to see how many different species I can pick up from this one little stretch of beach. And in the last couple of years, because I only really started fishing again a couple of years ago, what have I had so far here? I've had whiting, pouting, obviously, mackerel, scad, smoothhound, sole, plaice, flounder, dabs, bass, rocklin, I think that's about it, so I think that was at 11. Okay mate, cheers. Richard, cheers buddy. Yeah, share me out. Pimp me out. Um, doing a little series, because I'm the chairman of the New Haven Deep Sea Anglers, the small boat section. We've got a load of new members, so somebody a little while ago said, what's the chance of doing a video on how to launch and retrieve using the winch? So we did a little video last week, and I did a video which I put out this afternoon on how you can land your boat when the tide is ripping across the end of the slipway, because we're launching into a river, so your boat is at 90 degrees to the tide, and it can be quite challenging when the tide's going out, particularly on a big spring, to get the boat onto the trailer and keep it there. So we've got a way of doing it, and so I did a video about it. Right, baits that I'm using. I am using squid and ragworm cocktail on one rod, and I've got cuttlefish and black lug on the other. The reason being is that that's a kind of all-rounder bait. I've had the majority of my fish actually have been on black lug and cuttlefish here. Whoa, 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 whoa! That is either a fish or I've just picked up a wave. Right. Well, sorry about that. Definitely had a bite there and it slacklined me. And by the time I got to it, faffing around with the camera and everything like that, it was in the surf. Fish was gone. But yeah, a little bit more exciting. It was definitely, that definitely looked like a bite to me. So, yeah, so what's been going on while I've been away? Staying Forster, yeah, I'm good. Staying Forster. Yes. Simon Logan, hello Simon. Deep water charter fishing. Where's deep water charter fishing based? Weed fish, yeah, dogfish, eel. Yeah, there's an awful lot of dogfish around at the moment. Awful lot. We had quite a nice bull huss amongst them all last weekend, but not to be this weekend. The nearest I had to a decent fish amongst all the dogfish yesterday was a very small smoothhound. So, Jane Chu, how you doing? I never know what I'm going to be doing with these lives, really, just to leave them run and let you chat to each other, or be talking all the time. David Maria M. Hey David, how you doing? Hi. How's everyone's Sunday going? Is it snowing in Ohio yet? I heard somebody saying it was snowing in Canada, in Ontario, at the weekend. Last time I was in Ohio, it snowed really heavily there. But that was kind of in March, I think, March, April time. David Maria, I've not come across you before, mate. How you doing? Is it a mate? Oh, alright mate, Eastbourne. Oh well. Yeah, it's been about, must have been getting on for 15 degrees here as well. A bit breezy, and then as you can see, or as you saw, it actually poured it down when I got down here. So Deep Blue Charter Fishing, is that the name of your boat, Deep Blue? Brinton, you've gone, have you? Cheerios mate, gets you going. Ah, Naples, Italy. What's the weather like in Naples? You're up in Burnley. I'll be up in I'll be up in Yorkshire in the middle of the week, I think, but Doncaster. Yeah, it's been mild, isn't it, so far? And long may it be so. I mean, to be quite honest with you, we always get lulled, don't we? Because it's, until the clocks change, when the clocks go back, suddenly it feels like winter. And that's next weekend. So we've got a cod competition on the 31st. First cod competition of the year. So I'll be interested to see if anybody gets one. Come on, fish, just one. That's all I wanted, to fish just to save the blank. Because half the reason I went home and got my, yeah. Used to lie in Eastbourne. You start. Okay. Well, give us a shout when you're up and running. If you're chartering, maybe come out with you. Is the boat actually back in Eastbourne now, or is it still in Cardiff? Are you bringing it down, or are you going to fish it from Cardiff? What are you going to do? So I didn't think I recognised the name of it. Shaky angler, mate. No luck whatsoever. Not a sausage. Not a smidgen. And I think it might stay that way. Okay. So when are you going to start chartering, or have you started already? Okay. Okay, cool. Oh well, I'll see if I can hook up here. I haven't been out on a charter boat for years, so I've got my own boat, but sometimes it's good to go out and let somebody else do all the work. And you'll be able to get out further than I go out. I mean, the furthest I go is out to the shipping lanes, and I don't like doing that, to be honest. Yeah, there's a lot to it now, isn't there? And so it should be. I mean, there is the odd unlicensed boat out there, and they're naughty because they shouldn't be doing it, because it's not fair on the people that are doing it legitimately. Yeah, we used to have quite a fleet of charter boats went out of Newhaven, but they've all gone now. I don't know why that is. Whether it's because the fishing's crap out of Newhaven now, or it got too expensive to moor them there, or what, but they've all moved. I think the last one went to Brighton last year, I think. But I mean, it's what brought me down. I was living in London, and I was coming down here and chartering boats from Newhaven every week, and I thought, sorry, why don't I come down and live down here? So I did. And there was a time many years ago when my dream was to become a charter skipper. But you know what? It always spoils your hobby when you make it your profession. That's what I find. So I've got my own boat. I go out, take mates out with me, and we have a good time. I go out when I want to, not because I have to, because I've got a crew that pay me lots of money to go out. Yeah, and sometimes we blank. Well, I don't think we ever blank. I don't think I've had a blank out on a boat for a very long time. But we don't always catch the target species. I mean, we caught the target species yesterday, to be honest, because we wanted to catch some rays. We caught one, and we wanted to catch something of the shark family: tope, smooth hound, pullass. And I got a smooth hound, so we did get the target species, albeit they were very small, and we were plagued with dogfish, loads and loads of dogfish. Surprisingly, we didn't get any whiting. I thought we'd get some whiting yesterday, actually, but we didn't. Evolution, nice. Yeah, well, Jason and I are good mates, so we've practiced to do it. Yeah, that's it. They lose their luster when they become your profession. It's not even like doing this YouTube malarkey. The number of people I know who started YouTube because they thought they were going to be millionaires out of it, and then they realise that actually it's a hobby, and very few people make a living at it, and they've all kind of fallen by the wayside. Quite a few of them fell by. There was a lot of channels started this year, and I noticed most of them have kind of fizzled out. So, yeah. I mean, I haven't been paid by YouTube for about 3 months. I'm hoping I'll get something from them this month, but hopefully next week. But it won't be a huge sum, and it won't go anyway towards the stuff that I've spent on equipment and time. There were some cod on the wrecks earlier in the season. I'll PM you the name of the wreck that they were on if you don't know it. It begins with B. Yeah, there were quite a few cod showed up on that, and I went out lure fishing with them with a little slight spinning rod, casting back over the wreck, and that was fun. That was actually good fun. To get a bloody cod on a little tiny spinning rod is something I've never tried before, and it's really good. But you're right, the whiting haven't showed up. I mean, by this time normally you're getting played by the bloody things. We went out the weekend, Saturday week, and my crew had about half a dozen whiting, nice size ones as well, not like the normal horrible little pin ones you get at the start of the season. They were reasonable size, and he went out fishing off Deal Pier yesterday, and he had a load there as well, I think. So yeah, the whiting are scheduled to be here. You don't know what impacts all of the tuna in the southwest approaches are having an effect on a lot of these migratory fish. It's like the mackerel down in the West Country. Apparently they were really struggling for mackerel for the summer, and yet we had loads up here in the last month. I saw a huge pod of dolphins in March this year, and apparently there was a large pod of them seen off here, I think. Somebody said they were out at early dawn yesterday, and there was a pod of dolphins round by New Haven. So yeah, it's all changing, it's all different. Yeah, maybe. Like, the only thing about all these little strap congers is that they've got to grow and they've got to go somewhere, and one hopes that all these little straps in a year or 2 years are going to be big fat congers on the wrecks, because the wrecks that I would have gone for congers, which are sort of out up to about 15 miles out, there's been very few congers on them. And nobody's fishing for them like they used to. I mean, back in the day, it was big. New Haven was one of the top conger ports. Chris Martin was famous for his conger fishing. But yeah, the congers seem to have vanished. So I'm hoping all these little straps will come along and populate all the wrecks, and we'll have a bit of sport off the wrecks with them, which would be nice. Yeah, I live to fish. I love to fish. I also, strangely, I quite enjoy making videos. It's quite a hobby for me. I've always been a bit into photography, and long last with the modern technology and the GoPros and all the other stuff, you can do this stuff at home, you know, which before would have cost you millions to do. You can do it all in your own home, so I'm loving it. I love doing the videos. So part of my hobby is the videos, and I've got so much equipment. I keep buying stuff just for doing videos. But yeah, so that is my hobby too. Yeah, I mean, sad news. Chris Martin passed away this year. I don't know if you realise that. A friend of mine saw this guy clearing out a garage, and he went over to chat to him, and the guy said, "Do you know anybody who wants fishing tackle?" And he said he did, because we got a load for Jason for his rehoming rods, and it was Chris Martin's garage, and it was his son-in-law. Yeah, so unfortunately Chris is gone. Another one bites the dust. I mean, I used to go out with Jeff Drew on Seabreeze, and then he partnered up with Terry Lee. Terry Lee took Seabreeze down to Brighton, and then bought a catamaran, which became Seabreeze 3, I think, and he's still there. Jeff went off down the West Country with an idea that he was going to have a B&B and run fishing weekends, and then the bottom fell out of the market, and I think he went bust. So I don't know where Jeff Drew is now. If anybody knows him, knows where he is. Yeah, I didn't know Colin Turner, I don't think. I don't know, anybody know what the time is? Rich Jarvis, hello mate, Gary Crook, you're right there, yeah. Yeah, oh, I'll tell you what. I've got my secret weapon, haven't I? Guaranteed way of getting a bite. It's a Cornish pasty and a cup of tea. So as soon as I get a cup of tea and a pasty in my hand, my rods will start going loopy. Guaranteed. I'm hoping to catch some decent sized whiting off the beach this winter and do some cooking on the beach. Oh, 8:45. Thank you very much, Northern Ireland Donegal Fishing Tales. What is your name? Because Northern Ireland Donegal Fishing Tales is a bit of a mouthful, especially when I thought you said Indonesia. Alan, all right, bud. Nice to meet you, Alan. I'm a photographer and a builder. I used to do weddings and commercial shoots before the lockdown started. Moved to Eastbourne, so my wife could be with the family. Okay, cool. Yeah, well, perhaps we should, you know, if Jason's up for it, and we'll do a bit of a contest. Film it. What I've done in the past is I've taken other YouTube bloggers out, and we all video the trip, and then you put out the videos, and it's amazing how different they all are, because of the different perspectives. Also, maybe we can meet up out at sea. It'd be quite cool. Right, Chris, I've got a pasty and I've got a cup of tea. Got to keep an eye on where this sea is, because it will come in quite quick. So have you got a YouTube channel as well, or do you just do videography for weddings and the like, or used to do it for weddings and the like? Because I've not subscribed to your channel, I don't think, unless it's under a different name. Titsek. So Trizek, where are you? Yeah, packs of spur dogs. But then there was a time there were a lot of spur dogs on this coast. I can remember going out fishing here and catching hundreds of them. But they got trawled into extinction, I think. There's been one or two caught, but I used to go out on charter boats from Brighton when I was living in London, a long time before I moved down here, so it would have been early 80s. We caught hundreds of them. I mean, and to be honest, going back to those days, you kept everything you caught. And I can remember gutting spur dogs on the way in, and they were full of pups. You know, with shame, you know, back to those days, you just didn't see there was an end in sight. But I think that probably had its toll. But there was stories about the trawlers out of Newhaven coming in with so many spur dogs on board they couldn't actually lift their nets out of the water. They had to drag the net into the harbour behind them because it was so full of spur dogs. And you know, there's no fish stock that can sustain that sort of slaughter, unfortunately. It's what used to be called rock salmon in the fish and chip shops, isn't it? Okay, deep blue charters, fishing charters. Is what's that? Is that a website? Is it? Hey, much happening? No. A lot of chatting, a lot of eating pasties, a lot of nothing else. Oh, that actually looked like a bite. I'm back. Oh, come back light. All is forgiven. It was not a blank. Where's my cup of tea gone? I'm a celebrating slurp of tea. The humble dogfish, the saviour of many a blank. That's all I can say. What's been going on while I've been away? You ain't missed nothing, mate. Yeah. I think it's actually quite an achievement to winkle a fish out in these conditions. Yeah, mate. Thank you, Eastbourne Fishburn. Oh, all right. Cheerio. Yeah. Hi Simon, Stephen, see you buddy. Stephen Logan, Simon Logan, photography. Right, okay, I must have looked that up. Yeah, come on, fishy, fishy, fishy. Nice little cod now would be rather good. What do people do with their lives? What I want to know. Do you leave them up so people can view them? Because I've watched a few of my lives, and to be honest, they are boring as hell. I mean, they're obviously okay when you're live and you're in the moment and we're chatting, but to watch it as an episode, they are pretty dull. So what do you reckon? Yeah, comment on this video and then people can find you, that's true. Or comment on another one of my videos. I do reply to every comment I get, apart from the ones which are offering me sex or porn channels, which I know they've got to be joking. I can't take anybody seriously offering me sex online, so okay. Yeah, I mean, the problem I have is quite often, at the same time as I'm doing a live, I'm doing an episode as well. So it'll be an edited video, the highlights of the day. and so sometimes what I tend to do is once I put the actual video out, the edited video out, I'll switch the live over to where only those people that have got the link can find it. Which makes sense to me, because if you watch the video, you've got the link, you can go back to it, but it's not there for new people, because otherwise it must be deadly dull, because you watch the video and then you watch it all again and you go, well, hang on a minute, this is all familiar. I'm still learning the trade with this. I'm still learning what's the best thing to do, to be honest. I mean, I'm not a vast fan of the lives, to be truthful. Although, you know, I do understand those of you that like coming on lives. What I need to do is actually watch some other people's lives and see how they manage them, actually. Val, give us a heads up if there's any lives coming up and coming, so that I can watch them. Oh, Val, you spoiled my fun. Yeah, I know what they are. I don't click on them. I know that they're malware. There's some very sick puppies out there, that's for sure. Okay, cool. I mean, I'm not able to sit in on every live, but you know, like tomorrow, I'm probably going to be sitting in front of my computer editing, so I could sit in on a live tomorrow during the day. I think so. That'd be quite cool. As I say, it'd be interesting to see what other people do on their lives, because I don't know if I'm doing it right. I don't know if the live's about me chatting away, or if it's just me offering a channel for the rest of you to chat to each other. I don't know. I mean, how long? I saw that Glasgow Angling, he had one all night the other night, and I guess that people just drop in and drop out. Honestly, Val, well, I actually do enjoy Australian and American channels a lot. I watch them a lot, actually. But yeah, anything, you know, yeah, I wouldn't mind dropping in on an Aussie one or an American one or anything like that. You know, just to say hi, share experiences. Yeah, so if you're on one tomorrow, sort of mid-morning, give us a shout and I'll join you. Yeah, I saw it and I thought maybe I'll drop in on it. The next thing I knew, I'd woke up. I've gone to sleep. I don't know, over 50 hours in the last 7 days on YouTube. Jeez. Yeah, I have to say that I do watch more YouTube than I watch terrestrial television now, because terrestrial television's crap. And I just love YouTube, and I've got a few channels that I love watching. And it's my kind of go-to stuff. I've got a mate who does a full-time job watching YouTube channels or creating them. Yeah, I've got a mate who I've taken out fishing. He does a lot of wildlife tours and walks and talks and what have you. And we've been talking about uh, getting together and doing a 6-episode series of out of town type stuff. Now, I don't know if any of you remember, but I grew up watching a guy called Jack Hargreaves on telly. He used to have a TV series called Out of Town, and Steve, my mate, is very like he's very like that. And so, and there isn't anything I've seen on television recently that matches it for interest and what have you. So we're talking about trying to creating a channel, but we're not going to do like a vlog where it goes on and on and on and on and on. We will do series 1, 6 episodes. Then we'll have a break while we make the next 6 episodes, and then we'll put 6 episodes out, 1 a week for 6 weeks, and run it like a TV channel. So I don't know what people think about that, but I think it would be great. And the beauty of it, which you didn't get in the old days of Jack Hargreaves and Out of Town, is with YouTube you can always go back and watch them again. So that's what we're thinking about. That's what we've been talking about doing. Certainly that's what my vision is. Steve might have a different vision, but it's a winter project. It won't just be fishing, it will be wildlife, it will be arts and crafts, like making lures and foraging, all sorts of outdoor stuff. That's what it will be. Again, that's my vision. We haven't really sat down and discussed it, but that's what I would like to do. Fishing frustrations. Right. Fish Hunter. Yeah, I've watched the Fish Hunter. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean there, but I'll tell you my favourite channel, the one I go to a lot. Well, it's 2 that I go to. One in the States. I like watching Dar Sizzle offshore, and I wish she didn't do it in a bikini all the bloody time, to be quite honest, because actually it's a good fishing show. But hey, whatever. I've seen her husband explain why she does it. Fair enough. And the other one I like watching is an Australian one. YBS, Young Bloods, which is great. He lives in paradise. He lives up in Western Australia, and on his doorstep is just blue ocean, big fish, turtles, and all sorts of things. And he's very, very enthusiastic, and I love watching his show. I watch it all. I'll sit and wait for the next episode to come out. His name's Brody Moss, the guy who does it. And he makes a lot of money out of YouTube. He's got to envy him for it. He's got a really great life out of what he gets from YouTube and from his merchandise and sponsorships and what have you. But those are my 2 favourites. I watch John Locker quite a lot, but then he's a mate, so we chat a lot. And I'm in a little group with 3 or 4 YouTube vloggers. We chat to each other about various stuff, and I watch their channels as well. Yeah, Young Bloods are fantastic. They are living the dream. Yeah. Yeah, that Sea Strider, what a boat. Gale Force Twins, haven't seen that. Deer Meat for Dinner is also a fun channel. Okay, I like watching I'm a Meat Eater, but that's on Netflix, I think. I don't know how he must get so much hate mail, that guy. But, you know, he shoots deer and eats them. Can't odds it really, can you? I think I'm going to have to wind a bit of line in here because I think one of my rods is down in the surf, so just bear with me a minute. I'm away. Yeah, I like bushcraft channels. Alright, deer meat for dinner. I'll have to look that one up. Hey Lewis, no, I'm fishing Seaford Beach. I've had one dogfish, so it's not a blank. You watch them all. Yeah, you probably can't because it's not been converted into a YouTube episode yet, does it? Yeah, that fishing's guide thing, John Darling's book. It's not. It's on the back burner at the moment. I'm not travelling at the moment. I'm fishing locally. But having said that, I've got a mate. Guy comes out on my boat. He lives in Dover, so I'm gonna maybe go and do some of his marks with him, and they'll be in John Darling's book as well. So we'll reference that in the book. Yeah. So. Yeah, crab pots. I have had crab pots in the past. The problem with having crab pots is you have to go out and bloody check them every day or regularly, and I can't get out that often. If one of my desires is I'd like to have my boat in the harbour rather than on land, so that I can just walk down, jump on it and go out, and then crab pots would be useful thing to do. I'm not like, I mean, John Locker's out every day on his boat, so he can go and check his crab pots and yeah, but as I say, I've had crab pots, and then what you realise is that actually you've got to go back and check them. There's no good putting them down and leaving them because it doesn't work. So yeah, so crab pots, yeah, a great idea. It's just not practical for me. It's not too weedy here. Which is the one we're talking about, lobsters then? Cheers, Bobby. I'm currently editing a boat episode from this weekend. It's a little bit of a bind because I was shooting with 3 cameras, and one of the cameras, the bloody audio wasn't working. Oh, hello. I think I might have a fish. guys and girls, I am going to have to love you and leave you because the sea, time and tide waits for no man, and it is time to start packing up because the waves are starting to get close and I don't want to have to move. I'm just going to pack up and go. So I've enjoyed this little chat we've had. What I might do is when I get home I might go online and do a little live postscript. So if you want to keep an eye open and see if I come back online again. But I'm going to have to end this now because you might be able to hear it, but the waves are getting quite close now, so I've got to pack up. And because I've got a beach shelter and everything on, it's going to take me a little bit longer to tidy up than normal. So thanks very much for your company. It's amazing, isn't it? You're on the beach with 20 people chatting. It's great. Fantastic. Yeah, and I'll see you all again soon. Cheers, mate. Yeah, thanks Richard. Thanks for the live, Chris. Yeah, mate. Yeah, thank you very much, Val. Yeah, thanks very much, Deepwater Charter, Fishing, Alan. No, it's not Alan. Yeah, thanks very much. I will be in touch. Definitely will be in touch. Right, so let's say sayonara and bid you all farewell. I'll see you later. Bye. Cheers, Ross.